Hello and welcome to GPTV on Tuesday, the 28th of July. My name is Phillip Kingston.
And I'm Gary Peer.
And listen to your voice now, Gary.
Yeah,
I think
that.
winter's caught up with you.
No, you've caught up with me. I caught it off you last week.
Sharing an office with me can do that to you. Both of us are coughing and spluttering.
It's not a good scene, is it?
I got to tell you, if ever there was a cold winter, this is it, Gary. And we're paying the price. Paying the toll, if you like, but having said that, as they say in show business, the show must go on regardless of the way the principal actors feel.
Indeed. We do it hard, don't we?
We do.
We do it hard, Phil.
You know, while others, I mean, if you think about it, most people work Monday to Friday, and if they're feeling sniffly or a little bit off, they go, oh, well, I'll get through to the weekend and I'll sleep through. Correct. Not us, Gary. Saturday, it's showtime.
It is.
Sunday, it's showtime. We're out there, we're on the hustings, and feeling bad is not part of our vocabulary, Gary. No, we've got to go hard 24/7, 365 days per year. That's what makes us the people that we are.
Where are the hustings? Where are the hustings?
The hustings on the hustings. That's my term. Don't you try to appropriate it.
I wouldn't want a ridiculous term. Phillip, let's talk about the weekend. We did have a clearance rate of 77.77777% clearance.
Which was exactly the industry average this week, Gary. So we are nothing short of average this week.
Better not to be short than average. I did get to see you do an auction on the weekend, Phillip, in Murrumbina, in Lidson Street in Murrumbina, and there was plenty of action there, wasn't there?
Gary, there was, and it's interesting, Murrumbina really is a thumpingly good suburb.
How many cafes are there?
Well, it's a suburb that, you know, a lot of people don't know about Murrumbina, but it's really the extensions, the next suburb along from Carnegie.
Is Hustings after Murrumbina?
And it backs on, across the road is Chadstone, which is now East Malvern.
Yes.
So it's actually what we now regard as inner suburban. But you've got that incredible shopping centre, strip shopping centre in Poth Road and the railway station, and it's cafe after cafe after cafe.
Is.
Now, Lisdon Street comes just off Poth Road.
It does.
So I'm literally auctioning this house, but you could walk out the front door, round the corner, and you're in cafe heaven. So great location, Murrumbina. One of the reasons that we set up our Carnegie office was to service that area.
Indeed.
So great to have a nice auction there. We had 4 bidders going hammer and tong while I was on the hustings, Gary. Four bidders. We put that on the market circa 1-2 and sold that well in excess of that. So
yes,
that was a great
1265 was the final selling price. We are happy to disclose it, Phillip. I then tracked you into East Brighton. Now that was an unbelievable result in Carween Avenue, Phil.
Gary, real estate continues to be repriced.
And it astounds both of us, doesn't it?
Well, it does. Carween Avenue, Gary, was a semi-detached home on about 470 square metres of land. Now, I've got to tell you, 2 years ago, that would have been 750 tops. We thought we'd get 850
somewhere in the eights
when we sold on the weekend.
Somewhere in the eights.
So we thought we'd get somewhere in the eights.
And the reserve was in the eights?
Yep, and we sold that with 2 people just going at it for $1,060,000.
Yeah.
So I've got to tell you, that is real estate, a classic example of real estate being re-rated.
I'm inside with the vendor, Phil, when the vendor's saying, oh my God, the way this is going, I could get $1 million. I'm thinking, it even could get that. Little did we know, any of us, that it was to be $1,060,000, but that's kind of becoming commonplace now with a lot of these semis. It's incredible.
That's it. They say 2 million's the new million, Gary, and $1 million's the new $500,000.
There were a number of other sales, Philip. We can't reveal all the prices. Flower Street's one that was a very competitive one, but price undisclosed.
Gary, I did that at 11:30 on Sunday. Yes. We had a huge crowd there, and because it was so cold on Sunday, we held it inside.
Good idea.
Great atmosphere. I love the inside auctions. Anyway, we sold that. We put it on the market, and it just flew. In fact, I did not even refer the bid to the vendor there.
A big weekend upcoming, Philip, of auctions. Just before we talk about that, what's your feeling about the market? Is the same amount of potency still there, or has it cooled down a little bit?
Well, Gary, 77.7% clearance rate, which is a lower rate than what we're normally used to, because we've been tracking really in the 80s and the 90s. I see that as a settling, and I think the market's starting to settle in at new benchmark prices. So you take a Carween out of the equation. I think looking across the weekend, everything sold well. And the market does peak and trough. I think at the moment the market has finding its new peak.
I think so too.
And I think spring's going to be a good solid spring where you see the prices that we see today will be the prices going forward. I think over spring, A grade property, which will always do well regardless of market circumstances. I think A grade property will still amaze us over spring. But I think across the board, I'm just expecting a good solid spring.
Solid results in a market that's settled.
Yep,
I think we can say that.
Settled at a new high.
Let's talk about this weekend's auctions.
Shall we?
Phil, we've got 18 auctions over 9 suburbs.
Lucky number, that one, Gary.
It is a lucky number. Hopefully they'll all be sold, but we're over 9 suburbs.
I've recently got a new number plate, and part of the number plate is 1818.
So if you're looking
because it is a lucky number, Gary.
So if you're looking for a car to damage, that is Philip's car, you now know the number plate, so you've got no excuses not to go and key it. Philip at 10:30.
I'm not sure that you can encourage that sort of behaviour on GPTV.
Well, I just did.
What a ridiculous thing to say to the viewers.
Philip at 10:30. There is
that'll be the new Gary Peer defence, Your Honour. I was watching GPTV and Gary Peer, illustrious citizen that he is, suggested we go out and key cars on the weekend.
No, not cars, just your car. Just your car. Well, someone's upset
but
with
the
you.
Gary Peer defence.
Well, someone's
Your
upset.
Honour, I had nothing to do with this. I was instructed to go forth and do so.
No, they know they'd be doing wrong, but they just might want to find your car. Now they know which one. Philip,
just understand that my car is your car, and
true.
my car repair is your car repair.
Yes, leave it alone. Just admire it then instead.
Yeah.
It has got an 18 on it. Philip, we start off in Elstonwick at 10:30am. Leo Samuel's auctioning this wonderful 2-bedroom apartment in Glen Huntley Road. Tell us a little about it, won't you?
Gary, Leo Samuel, a fine auctioneer, I must say that. And this is a really good apartment. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom and 1 car space. And, you've just got to be part of the Elstonwick groove. This has got the most fantastic courtyard. So that's a really, really good opportunity to get into the Elstonwick market.
And if you can buy something in Elstonwick in that sort of 5 to 550 like that, Philip, I think you're doing very well. At the same time, Phil, we're in a brand new apartment in Caulfield South in Kooyong Road, 10 at 466 Kooyong Road. Glenn Bricker is bringing this one to the market. Take us through it, please.
Gary, last opportunity to get into this building, and what a really good-looking building it is. Strong architecture there and a dramatic-looking building, and that's a terrific property. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms and 1 basement car park. And interestingly there, Gary, we've sold most of that building to owner-occupiers.
Indeed we have. It's a great block, Phil, and a wonderful location. You are starting off on Saturday morning in Bentley, Phil, in Bentley East. A good, honest home on a good block of land in Mudgedale Street. Take us through this.
Gary, we're loving Bentley, and once again, I know we keep talking about our Carnegie office, but Carnegie was really open to be the beachhead into Bentley in many respects.
The beachhead?
The beachhead. Yeah, I think beachhead is a battle expression. Anyway, we've set up
that to the hustings.
We've set up a beachhead to sell more and more in Bentley, and that's what we're doing. And this is a great opportunity. 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking, gorgeous polished timber floorboards. It's been beautifully refurbished. But if you can buy in Bentley a house on a good parcel of land, then you should be grabbing it, and that's a good opportunity.
Absolutely. Lamore Herskovitz handles that. Philip, we are going to be in East St Kilda at 11:30. Mr. Jeremy Rosens brings a property in Hammerdale Avenue, one of my personal favourite streets.
Hammer down in Hammerdale,
he is.
Gary.
He's going to be hammering away there.
Boom.
And have a look at this home, Phil. What a beauty.
Gary, what a great spot. Walking distance to the park, the shops, the trams. Fitness First. Bit of a plug for Fitness First. 3 bedrooms, 1.5 bathrooms. Stunning inside. That's St Kilda East at its finest. A very cool property, Gary.
A cool pad, Phil, and we're moving on.
Cool
Mr. Rosens.
pad.
Mr. Rosens moves on from there, just around the corner to Chapel Street. Check out this fantastic deco-looking property, Phil.
Gary, I love this house. I love this house. It's an apartment. I love this apartment. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. Once again, beautifully renovated. A great terrace balcony, and obviously walk to. Well, you're in Chapel Street, but you can walk to Chapel Street, Windsor, or you can walk around the corner to Carlisle Street and enjoy coffee heaven.
And it's 12:30, and Mr. Leo Samuel's back in Murrumbina at 12:30, Phil, and have a look at this one in Crosby Road. It's great, mate. Check this one out for those who remember the old Crosby school shoe ad.
Gary, this is the style of property that we've been saying for ages. We should have a few of these in our superannuation portfolio. Yes. Unfortunately, we didn't take our own advice.
And we, in fact, have not only do we not have a few, we don't have one.
No, and I wish we had, because these have appreciated brilliantly over time. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, tandem lock-up garage, in gorgeous condition throughout. But we've seen these renovated by young people that have turned these into the 21st century abodes, and they come up beautifully because they've got great floor plans.
They have indeed. Phil, you're going to be at 12:30 doing a dual auction at the same time as Crosby and also, of course, at Chapel Street. But you're going to be in Caulfield South with Joel Sir in Sycamore Street. Phil, what a great address and what a fantastic looking property.
Gary, I love this property because I've sold it a couple of times. That's what happens when you're a real estate veteran like I am. This was beautifully renovated by a good client of ours a number of years ago, and she did a fabulous job. 2 bedrooms, 1.5 bathrooms, off-street car parking, polished timber floorboards. Not a cent to spend, Gary. Move straight into this property because everything's been done and it's dated beautifully. It's like it was done yesterday.
Phil, you have auction honours at 1:30 in Carnegie, St Hubert's Road. Terrific address.
Gary, as Mark Twain, the famous American novelist, said many years ago, he said, invest in land, they're not making any more of it. Geez, that was beautiful, wasn't it? 853 square metres of prime Carnegie land with an existing home on it that could be renovated or could be let out. 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, off-street car parking, but the key there is land and lots of it, 853 square metres.
Phil, Beach Street, 2:30 Saturday, Caulfield South. Great looking period home. Take us through this one. You're doing the auction.
Gary, I love Beach Street. I love that position. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, off-street car parking there. What a gorgeous home. Move straight into there, not spend a cent. And Beach Street, you have the joys of Princess Park and the cafes in Hawthorne Road, of which we'll talk about in a few moments' time when we talk about where we are at the moment, Gary, but it's a secret for the moment.
Keep that to yourself for now, Phillip. In Balaclava, we are at 436 The Avenue. Leo Samuel auctions this fine property. Take us through it again.
Gary, please. I love Balaclava, but for the viewers, they might be saying, well, where is Balaclava? Balaclava is a tiny little suburb, and it's basically...
It's near the hustings.
It's basically a small area between Carlisle Street, Hotham Street, and Glen Ira Road. It's a tiny little space there. And this is Balaclava Road's probably better known as St Kilda East. This is a beautiful building, Gary. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. And that was beautifully renovated or rebuilt by a very clever client of ours a couple of years ago. And he did a great job.
Don't mind saying he did, Phillip. We wrap up Saturday in Elsternwick, one of our favourite suburbs on the planet, Phillip. And here we are in Carlingford Street. You and Jeremy Rosens are meeting up there. You're doing the auction. Take us through this fine property.
Gary, Carlingford Street is a great street in Elsternwick. This is as many as 4 to 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms.
It's massive, isn't it?
This is just fantastic. A good, solid property with big entertaining areas, courtyard gardens, everything that opens and shuts. I'm a great fan of that street. I'm a great fan of that property. And of course, Gary, we love Elsternwick.
We sure do, Phillip. That Saturday wrapped up. On Sunday, we have centre stage right here. It's our only auction at 10:30 a.m. So we'll all be congregating here, Phillip.
Gary, this is the most fantastic property, 470 Hawthorne Road. I love this house. It's been renovated or almost rebuilt, if you like, by its owner, who is an architect, and she is a very talented architect.
She is.
The auction here is at 10:30, Gary, but before I come here, I'm going to walk across the road.
Just over there.
I'm going to do a workout at Snap Fitness.
Of course you
I'm then going to go into Glicks and buy some bagels. I'm then going to go next door to Turquoise for the most fabulous coffee and breakfast, and then I will I will meander across the road to do this auction. What a magnificent house. This is a house that has everything that opens and shuts. She has spared no attention to detail here, gone right through this property from the front fence to the back fence. The entertaining areas here are nothing short of palatial. They flow on and on. The entertaining areas are magnificent with these beautiful oak floors. The bathrooms are straight out of a magazine. That kitchen does Master Chef proud, Gary. I can't wait to do the auction here.
I'm going to look forward to seeing you do it, Phil.
You're going to come to this auction?
I am going to be here. I wouldn't miss it for anything. I've got a buyer who I know very well interested, Phillip, and I think this is a fine property. We're looking forward to bringing it here to the auction market on Sunday. Leo Samuel's been buzzing around, excited about it, so it's created a lot of hype and excitement. We're looking forward to bringing this one to the market to start off Sunday, Phillip, at 10:30 a.m. We're going to move on from there, though, to Newland Street, which you're going to be auctioning. That's at 11:30.
Gary, this is a fabulous property. 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, car parking for 2 cars. Have a look at the kitchen there, beautifully renovated. A really good opportunity to get right into the middle of Caulfield.
No doubt, Phillip, that will be popular. We are looking forward to also doing another auction just around the corner. You might actually hear each other's speakers. That's happened before.
It has.
And we're very close
We're on
by.
the same frequency. Hopefully they won't interrupt each
It'll
other.
Be very confusing because you won't know where the bids are coming from for which property. In Cranham Street, Caulfield, Leroy Samuel's auctioning this home. This is a great looking property, and I love Cranham Street. I think it's a great spot. Tell us a bit about
Gary, it is a great street, and houses do very well in this street. This is 3 or 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, undercover car parking and a carport for 2 cars. Now that's a house you can move straight into, not spend a cent, just get on with life and do really well.
I'm not going to come to either of those auctions, Phil. No, I will not. I refuse to, because I'm going to be in Inkerman Road in Caulfield North. Now, we've had some big numbers for this property. I don't mind saying, Phillip, it has been a bit of a record breaker in terms of attendance.
Yes, Lamore's been handling that property, Gary, and
it's
been setting attendance records, so no doubt you'll do a fabulous job at the auction.
It will make me look good, won't it, Phil?
It will, Gary. Lovely Art Deco feel to this house. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, off-street car parking via garage, polished timber floorboards, some beautiful period features, glamorous kitchen. That's a really good property, and obviously right in the heart of North Caulfield, Gary.
So, Phil, I'll be leaving Inkerman Road and joining you in Bamborough Road. Another terrific address. Have a look at this block of land. Unbelievable. 920 square metres approx title dimensions, Phil. Take us through this property just on the corner of Snowden Avenue.
Gary, what an opportunity to redevelop, subject to council approval, of course. 920 square metres of land. If you think the average really is around 650 square metres, this is an opportunity to build your dream home, to build 2 town residences, subject to council approval. We have to keep saying that, of course. Or, of course, renovate the house. It's quite a lovely, charming home, but the opportunity there with a big corner parcel of land, frontage to Snowden Avenue and, of course, to Bamborough.
I think our 1:30 auction, Phillip, might be a long one because this one is in Long Street, and you won't have to wait long to get there because it's straight after the auction in Bamborough Road, Phillip, at 1:30 p.m. Long Street. Take us through this, one of my absolute favourite streets in Elsternwick.
This is a beautiful home, Gary. 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, off-street car parking for 2 cars, and of course what everybody wants, which is a double-fronted Victorian postcard-perfect facade.
Beautifully said, Phil. And that's a big weekend which comes to an end, Phillip, at 2:30 p.m. in Newland Street. We're going back there again, Phillip. Now, this is a terrific looking property. I know you're doing the auction and you're meeting our salesperson of the month, Raffy Joffe, Phillip. Let's put a photo up of him. How good is Raffy Joffe?
There's the delightful Raffy Joffe, who's a veteran of the industry and just keeps getting better and better, like a fine bottle of Penfolds Grange Hermitage.
Indeed, he does, Phillip.
There's no resemblance to a bottle of Grange,
no,
but
really.
he does improve like that one does. Let's talk about that property, Gary. What a great opportunity. A really good property. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, off-street car parking for 2 cars. And that's in original and immaculate condition, which means you can move straight in.
Yes.
But we've seen those properties obviously transformed and brought into the 21st century where they just renovate so beautifully. And of course we say STCA, subject to council approval.
Indeed we do, Phillip, and that is a big wrap for a big weekend. We're all over the place this weekend, Phillip, a little bit all over the place with the show today as well, because we've both got, pseudoephedrine and everything else is keeping us going, orange juice and all sorts of legal substances. Pseudoephedrine.
Pseudoephedrine, yes. You know a lot about that, don't you, Gary? That came to hand very quickly.
Well, I'm actually not allowed to take pseudoephedrine because I'm on blood pressure tablets, Phil. I'm not allowed to take.
And isn't that the essential ingredient into ice?
Is it?
Yeah.
Pseudoephedrine.
Yeah, that's the one that that's the essential. If you're going to be a cook of ice, that's the essential ingredient.
Well, for all of those potential and aspiring cooks for ice, you've learned something here thanks to Phillip Kingston, your local agent.
But just
what a fabulous citizen.
Just a shout out from Gary Peer and Associates. Don't take drugs.
No.
There's life. You should be intoxicated by life.
Naturally.
We're blessed to live in the best city of the best country of the world. And really, why would you put that sort of stuff into your body?
And that's why people turn on to watch a real estate show to hear that sort of nonsense. Phillip, It's been a big week in real estate, a big week coming up, spring around the corner.
Gary, August.
July's done, August comes in.
August is going to be huge.
Going to be nuts.
It's going to be huge. It's going to be a big
fantastic
month. Buyers and sellers of real estate, August is going to be a thumpingly big month, and a month we're very excited about.
Indeed, and we'll see you next August, Phil, when we bring GPTV to our August edition. Looking forward to it. I'm Gary Pearce.
So squeaky you are. I'm Phillip Kingston. Have a great week.
Bye.